$2,500 to $3,000 a year race up to a $12,000 400-person race with a remarkable story. She's been through something that is every parent's worst nightmare, and she's here to tell us about that before we get you guys going. So let me bring up Schultz-Fares. A big round of applause.
I'm really encouraged to see everybody here today, and I know about half of the people here are from SDSC, so thank you so much for supporting the club's efforts and Coach Mark, and for everybody else who's part of the community and not necessarily part of SDSC. Thank you for being here for our family. And I wrote it down because I tend to cry, and then I forget, so if you'll just bear with me. 16 months ago, our son Mark tried out for his first year of club soccer. He'd only been begging for 2 or 3 years to play club, so it was a big week in our house. Every day, many times a day, I'd get the same question from each family member. Did they call? Did head coaches call? When we finally did get the call on February 4th, my husband Shelly was out of town because Dad is always out of town when things like snakes or wildfires or evacuations or making the soccer team happen. So we had already called Papa to let him know the news that Mark had made a soccer team. And Karina was upstairs in her room doing homework. And my husband texted Karina to just say hi to her, and he let her know that Mark had made a team. And Karina's text was, "Which team?" And then almost as quickly, the next text was, "Don't tell me, I'll go ask him." And she came downstairs. She came downstairs to share in her brother's moment and in her brother's joy. Exactly 2 weeks later, from that Wednesday, Karina fell. And in that deep, dark, horrible instant, she was gone. Mark lost his sister, his friend, and his most supportive teammate. As we were free-falling, trying to comprehend the impact of our loss, fighting to remain a family, and struggling to maintain a life for the child who was still with us, things like bills and payments and due dates were the last thing from our mind. In those early weeks, we received a message that the San Diego Soccer Club would not collect any additional payment for our son's club fees. That was for our family a moment of grace, a moment when we could allow ourselves to forget some of the details, a moment in which our club family and our community surrounded us with love, support, and care. In that moment, we didn't walk alone because you were walking with us. Many other families in the club, our neighbors, also face tragedy far too often than we would like it to be, and they face hardship. So I'm so grateful for Coach Mark's vision to have this event to help those families and help families like our own. And I'm also so grateful for the club's backing, because without that, this event wouldn't be in the 4th year running. Because of today's event and because of your participation, we will be able to help some of those families. We will together come alongside them to let them know that they will never walk alone. I encourage you to take that message to heart as you run or walk today. I know many of you are here as a family, or you're here with coworkers. I know you even have a Girl Scout troop who use their cookie sales money to come. So walk as a team, walk together. We're not meant to walk alone. And we know that we're not walking alone because you are all here with us. So thank you so much for being here.